Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? This is Scatterbrain, the Bradford podcast, back for another episode. We got our part two series off. We had to double up since we did the football game, but I hope everybody has had a good 2 weeks since the last time I've been here and actually recorded. Like I always say, like, subscribe, hit the alert bell, subscribe and share. Let somebody know. Tell a friend and tell a friend about the Scatterbrain and Ray Bradford podcast. Follow me on all social media outlets: Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Instagram and Facebook is where I'm going to normally, roam at. Twitter too every now and then. Twitter cool. I just go in there and spill my opinion and move on about my way. Because it is, if you stay on there too long, you'll get consumed. It's not even called Twitter no more. I want to give it its right name. It's X. What that means, nobody knows. It's provocative, but it gets the people going. Uh, Also, yeah, man, we got a single. Well, before I even get into that, man, let's do a mental check in with everybody. I've been listening to some calm music today, so I'm pretty relaxed. I feel free. Feel like I meditated, but I didn't. Hope everybody doing good. My week was pretty doggone good. I think I'm finna get into scheduling stuff, man, like making actual time brackets to set out and do stuff. And even if I don't get everything accomplished in that time bracket, I think it'll still be better than just going in and chopping the wood all day at one thing. Didn't have a gig this week, so I was pretty free. We'll talk about something I did this weekend. I wasn't planning on talking about it, but I will talk about it now. What else I do? I went in through Axis for the first time. One of the best experiences of my life. I didn't know I would like throwing Axis. Super dope. I do plan on going again. I didn't know it was as expensive as it was to just throw an axe at wood, but everything, it's an influx of prices. So I hope y'all week been good, man. And if you can, jump in the comments or, and tell me what your week was like, man. Hope you're doing good. Hope you mentally sound. Hope you there. And I hope you living in the present and not the future or the past. I was talking to some my young homies the other day, and they just living in the future so much that it's like, bro, you gotta live in now. You can't live in what you think you should be when where you are right now is obviously not that. So you gotta work your way there. Uh, Besides that, man, any trying to think any new music. Some new music came out that I was very intrigued with. Corey Wong CD came out Friday, or was it Friday or last Friday? I think it was Friday, and it's a good CD, very good CD. Shout out to Corey Wong. I think it's called. Let me get the right name of it first. The Lucky One that came out. I like that CD. Y'all go check that out. Corey Wong, the Lucky Ones. Quavo CD came out. Rocket Power. I like that CD. He got some nice songs on there. As far as 18 songs, I don't. I think we need to do away with 18. Anything over 15 songs, we need to do away with. We need to do away with. If you're and we need to go back to 5-6 minute songs. Can we do complete songs? These 3 minute songs don't work, man. They don't work, man. I know I like Travis Scott Utopia, but still them 4 minutes at the max songs, they don't work for me, man. I like to sit with my song, let it grow on me. Let it grow. I wanna feel the song start here, go here, get here, and come back down. Or even if it don't come back down, it just ride out once it get up there. But yeah, them 3 minute songs ain't doing that no more. Who else had a good album come out? Man, I need to check out the Victoria Monet album. I heard that came out, but I didn't. I haven't had a chance to check it out. You know what? Let me not say I haven't, because I did have a chance to check it out. I just didn't. I didn't check it out, but I definitely want to, because she's a killer. She's a killer out here. So new music, man. Speaking of new music, this is a question for the music that I love. Because I love all music, but the music that makes me go. So that's like funk music, jazz music, or like instrumental music. So more band in instrumentalist type of albums, right? So, yo, what's up, everybody? I hope y'all enjoying this episode. But before we keep going, I want y'all to do something for me, man. I want y'all to like, subscribe, hit the alert bell, and share. And then I want y'all to follow me on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Now let's get back to the episode, guys. You rarely, like in 2008, 2009, it was always a band album coming out. Always. Now I rarely see, like, even the artists that I love, like Snarky Puppet, they used to release a CD maybe every year or two. The Funky Knuckles, who else, man, that I was... Glasper, but he's such a big time, so he really won't fit in this topic that I'm about to say, but I remember when he was climbing his way, how often and regularly he would put out albums. Who else? I'm trying to think of some names just so it'll make sense. Prager, I don't even know if that's still a thing, if they're still a band, but Prager, Dynamo, man, what was the girl they used to sing with? She came down here to a Melissa something. Freak, I forgot her name. She came down here, but she was cold. Corey Henry, just these people. But see, Corey fits perfectly. Even though he was nominated for a Grammy, he fits perfectly in what I'm about to ask. So, like, can grassroots bands still afford to release albums regularly in this, I guess you can say, industry? Even though they're grassroots, that mean they're not really in the industry, but grassroots just kind of mean independent, right? So can independent artists or band afford to release albums regularly in this industry? A big example of that I'll use is bassist. Yeah, he's a bassist and artist. So he's done a lot of sideman work, but he's also an artist. Yannick Gwizdala. So he's huge on YouTube. He's huge. He had a big lesson platform that he would do on YouTube, but it was also subscription based. He's big on just vlogging. He would vlog all his tours, all his performances. He posts little 15-minute videos about tips of playing. He's got books out about the pentatonic scale, about all type of thing, right? He's very, very much basically an educator on YouTube. So he has this video out now where he's explaining how making an album can run you up to it can run you anywhere from 15,000 and upwards. And this is independently, right? So like with a band, like that's crazy. That's a lot of money. But that's not, in actuality, that's really not a lot of money, because if you look at probably like a Lil Baby album, his budget for his album is probably 80,000, 100,000, 200, whatever. It's probably $500,000 for his, for the creation of his album, paying producers, paying people who are playing or interpolating samples if they can't clear a sample, clearing samples, paying for features and all this stuff. So he's coming upwards of a lot of money, right? So when you hear 15K, you don't think that's a lot of money. But when you're independent and you're a musician, it's different, right? It's different because where are you getting $15,000 from? Where are you getting that from? So, like, when you really think about it, can bands afford to do that? So if you go on the road for 6 months, let's say in 6 months you're able to get about, let's say you make $30,000. You cleared $30,000, so that's after expenses and everything. You cleared $30,000. You take maybe half of that, or a little over half, or maybe 70% of that, 75% of that, and put it back into an album that you don't know what it's going to recoup. It's hard. I think it's very hard now. That's why you see so many people. I think the people who do release regularly that are musicians, or like musician artists, well, artists / musicians, because there's some artists like Mac Arez. He's also a musician as well as artist. So he plays and kind of produces his own stuff. I think he may mix his own stuff too. But that's why you find a lot of people that's playing both fields that are figuring out how to do everything themselves, because it just kind of cuts costs. Now, is that the best thing to do? It is absolutely not the best thing to do, unless you're just like gifted and talented to be able to mix and stuff. Like, I'm learning how to do it. I don't think that's not my lane that I'm meant to do, but I'm learning how to do it. So, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do until you can afford to pay the big bucks. Like, I have a friend, if he sees this, he can verify this. So I hope if I clip this out and I put this on social media and he sees it, I hope he verifies what I'm about to say. He spent upwards of $50,000 on an album, bro. It's insane, man. It's insane. But the album is killing. It's smacking from top to bottom. It's nothing that you can point to this album and say is wrong. It's absolutely nothing. The album is called Amazing. And the album is titled Amazing, and the album is actually amazing. There's nothing you can point to that's wrong about this album. Nothing. The writing is perfect. The arrangements, the music, the production, the mix, the master, the cover, the cover art, everything that's put together is amazing. But he spent maybe $50,000 or more on this album. It's crazy. It's insane. But and when you think about those prices, like, people who aren't in this field, when they hear those prices, like, well, how you getting that high? Well, say you use a drummer that has a huge name, right? So he's big in the industry. His price per track probably is gonna run you $300, $350, maybe more than that. But let's say at the minimum, it's like $300, $350. So say he records 3 songs. I'm not gonna do it off the top of my head. Ted, where you at? I ain't gonna do the math off the top of my head, but let's do 350 times 3. So you at 1,000. Okay, boom, you at 1,000. So he did 3 songs. Let's say you have another drummer who does about 5 to 6 songs. Say that drummer does 5 to 6 songs. Let's say his rate is $250 per song. And let's say he did 5 songs. So now that's $1,250. I forgot what I said before that. Lord Almighty Jesus. And we're gonna round it up. We at $1,300, $1,400. Let's say $1,400. You know what? Just to be safe, we at $1,500. So that's just with 2 drummers, you at $1,500. All right, now you get a bass player. Let's say one bass player records 3 songs, and his rate is also $250. 3 times $250. Now you're at $750. So he did that. Now you at 2,300. Let's say the other bass player does about. Say he does. Let's say he does the other 5 songs, and his rate is $200. That's $1,000. Now you at 3,300. All right, we just on 3 pieces. 3 pieces of the big puzzle. 3 pieces of the big puzzle. We at $3,000. So now you get a keyboard player to play every song. Let's say his rate is 300. Let's say 300. And he plays all 8 songs. Hold on. 8 songs times 300. That's $2,400. So now we at 57. 57. So I don't want to keep doing the math. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you're getting the point of what I'm saying. If for 4 people, I'm paying $5,700. Paying $5,700 out of 4 people. We aren't talking about horns. We aren't talking about strings. We aren't talking about the guitar player, the organ player, the auxiliary player who's going to play all the aux parts. We haven't been factoring in producer costs. We haven't factored in if I didn't write the song, I got to pay the person and give them a percentage split of the song. We aren't talking about mixing. He made the mixer may give you a bulk rate for, you got 8 songs, he may give you one flat rate for that 8 songs, but that rate is going to be wild. Then you also got to get it mastered. Now that's another bulk rate. He could give you a bulk rate, or he may just say for 8 songs, I do $200 a song or $300 a song, which I highly doubt they're going to do that low. But like, we just shooting at 300 a song. So boom. Who else? What else? What else you gotta do? Mastering. You gotta do your cover art. So you gotta do your cover art, your photography for your cover art. If you really a fancy artist, you gotta get styled. So you gotta bring in a stylist. So you got women in your group, they gotta get their makeup done. So you gotta pay for a makeup artist. Say you doggone. What else? Say you freaking, what's another thing, man? Studio time. Ha, 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 ha. The biggest thing. You can't get no album without it getting recorded, so you got to pay for the place to get it recorded. You got 8 songs. Yeah, unless you got a dream team who can knock a bunch of stuff out in 3 hours, they can knock out 3 songs. 4 songs in 3 hours, probably you'll spend a little money. Like, for instance, when my band Friends Fly South, before we were named Friends Fly South, we were named Raziano and Friends. That's my name, which is Ray, and Ryan Raziano. So Raziano last name. We put those 2 together, and we called Raziano and Friends. We did our first album in Bogalusa, Louisiana, at the historic studio in the country. It's called Studio in the Country. Shout out to Jay Wesley and his brother. I went to school with Jay. Shane. I went to school with Shane. Shout out to Shane and his brother Jay Wesley. I went to school with Shane. I went to school with Shane at University of Southern Miss. We were in the jazz program together. So Shane hooked me up with Jay, who plugged us in at Studio in the Country because he's an engineer there. We got a lucky flat rate for the day. For 8 hours, we paid $1,400. It took us like 4 months to say of gigs of like, nobody getting paid at this gig, nobody getting any money. We're going to save every dollar we make at these gigs, and we're going to book this studio session to make this album. We didn't have a mixing budget, mastering budget, none of that. No cover art budget, none of that. We lucked up with the cover art. Ryan's girlfriend at the time like aunt or something, or mother was a painter or a drawer and she drew the artwork. So we lucked up with that. I think she just wanted us to pay for commission or something like that. And that wasn't much. But so with that $1,400, we ended up recording, mixing, and like mastering the album. We caught a huge steal. But that's 8 hours, $1,400. That's a steal for a studio that's that luxury. Like if you go to the website, go to studiointhecountry.com and look at the website. It is a luxury. Like Stevie Wonder has recorded hits there. He has plaques on the wall in there that they recorded stuff. Like great bands have recorded there. So for somewhere that luxury, $1,400 is a steal. I probably shouldn't be saying that we did that, but it was so long ago that I'm sure it won't hurt nobody now. It was such a long time ago. But yeah, so like you can loot. It's easy to be at 15,000. If you're doing stuff the right way, it's easy to be at $15,000 before you know it. It's super easy. Like just off of me, I'm in the process of putting together another album. I have a single that's coming out soon. Matter of fact, it's on there to talk about promoting. It's on the board to talk about promoting. I have a single coming out. This is Sunday. We're recording Sunday, so it's coming out Thursday. Basically at midnight. Wednesday midnight, Thursday, it should be out. It's called Dance Tonight featuring Just Live. But just off of that, so I'll just be transparent and upfront about finance-wise about what I'm doing with it, right? So Liv's rate, like, fortunately, I'm kind of like friends with everybody that's involved. Like, I'm really like, I won't say like best friends with people, but I'm genuinely friends with the people that's involved. So her normal rate, I couldn't pay her normal rate. And she really was like, you don't have to do that, Ray. You don't have to do it. But it's like, no, I have to do something. I have to pay some type of rate, right? So I paid her $250 or $200. Is it $200 or $250? One of the two. I can't remember. Let's just shoot. We'll shoot the higher number. The higher number sounds better. So I paid her $250. Then I got a guitar player, my boy from Tupelo, Miles Brennan. One of the coldest guitar players I've ever heard in my life, man. I've been fortunate to meet some great guitar players. Willie Ben, Dan Schroeder, Justin Gray. Who else? I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. Shaq, my boy Shaq, man. Hal is great too. I've been fortunate enough to meet some great guitar players. He's up there, man. He's up there with the guys that I'm like, yo. He's one of them ones. But I pay him, let's say, I'm going to overshoot the price. I think I paid him $150, but that was off of friendship. All of this is based off friendship. So if you reach out to him, you probably won't get the same price I got. But like I'm friends with these people. So Miles. Then I got Marcus to play drums, and it's a friendship price, right? Probably $125, I think. But this is off of friendship prices. This is not what they actually charge. Lord, thank you. Ooh, God, thank you. Ooh, I thank you. But so just off of those three people, I'm, $500-$600. So that's out my pocket. But the good part is I mixed the record. Well, it may not be good. When you hear it, you tell me if it's good or not. But I mixed the record, so I cut that cost. I did like a dummy master. Ooh, Lord, I shouldn't have cut the corner on that, but I cut the corner on that dummy master, so I didn't have to do that. But if I did, I could just imagine I'm probably at about probably 12 to 1,500 off of those two things, off of one song. Did I pay Jacob for his background vocal? I don't know. And if I didn't, I need to pay Jacob. I may need to go back and look. But I think I paid Jacob for his background vocals. So I don't know. So I won't give a price for that. I can't be honest with that. But who else is involved with this record? That studio time. I didn't actually pay for the studio time, but I kind of did. So I don't even want to count that cost. But so I'm blessed that I didn't have to pay for studio time. Uh, what else? That's about it. So I cut the corners. Let's just say out of all that, $1,500 is what it could have cost if I did somebody else to do mix and mastering. Say you got 10 songs like that. What's 1,500 times 10? I think that's $15,000 if I'm not mistaken. 1,500 times 10. It's $15,000. It's easy to get. It's very easy to get to $15,000 if you have 10 songs and you're doing it the right way. And you're doing everything the right way. And you got to think that price is based off friendship prices. And like, hey, you don't have to pay my full amount. It's insane. So that's why I asked, can grassroots artists afford? Because where are you making that money at? Like, let's say, even if you're touring, I may have said this before, man, but I think I make, with this wedding band I play for, this corporate band I play for, I make more money than most touring musicians. Well, I did until all this bullshit started happening. They started pulling this bullshit going on. Shout out to the guys and the gals, man. But they pulled a coup. And before this coup, I was making more than like most touring musicians, man, in a day. So one day of my time I would make more than a touring musician. But so if you're a touring act, you probably not and you're a grassroots touring act, you probably, man, it sounds bad because I'm striving to actually be the grassroots artist, but I just know how can I put it? I know the harshness of being a grassroots artist. It's not as luxury as a Taylor Swift or like somebody who's touring of that magnitude. Well, Taylor Swift is so huge, I don't want to use her as an example. But let's just say you go play with Snoop Dogg. Somebody I look up to, the homie playing drums with Snoop Dogg. Now, Tayron Lockett. It's different. Like that's different money. You know, that's a different level. But it's consistent and it's gonna be a good amount of work in a span of time. But say you're a no-name band from Memphis, Tennessee. You have a following of 10,000 or 20,000 people, and you're getting out and you're touring. You're not gonna make a lot of money every night. You're just not. You may make $200, $400 a night. Hopefully you got 4 gigs in a week. 4 gigs or like 5 gigs in a week, you know. So say you do tour for like a 3-month span. And I could be wrong about prices, but this is just off of the knowledge I have, I may be wrong. But say you do that for 3 months and you try to, how old I am now, like I can't do what I did with Raziano and Friends, which was, hey, nobody get paid off this gig. No, that don't work no more. We got like real bills, real responsibilities, and real things going on. So everybody has to get paid. So you can't save that way, but you have to, I guess you put a percentage of pay back to record an album. You have to know that when we record this album, I'm gonna get this 15,000 plus back. So can we really afford it? And that makes me wonder, is that why we're not getting CDs from bands as often as we used to? I don't know. I want to talk to somebody who's actually, you know, in it and grinding to figure it out. I would love to, man, and have them sit down and chop it up with me about that. But that's a real concern because we're not getting what we used to get, you know. We're not getting stuff from the the bands that made everybody like strive to get better and better and better and better each time you heard them. You didn't get, every time you heard a Snarky Puppet CD, you wanted to get better, or you heard what's my guy, man, that plays drums, man? Fuck, man, from New York. I can't remember his name, man. Ari Honing, man. Ari Honing was a killer. You don't hear, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Evan Marion, when you hear Evan Marion, you know, Evan Marion and Dana Hawkins is just a two-piece drums and bass, but Evan does the production and all the stuff around it. It's like killer, but you don't hear these people release as often as they used to. I'm just wondering, like, even outside of grassroots, you don't hear like Kendrick Lamar goes 5, 6, 7 years without releasing a CD. I'm sure he has to live life and experience life. Because once you get that big, you have to experience life to keep writing music at the high rate he writes it. But like, I'm not saying we should do what these trash ass rappers are doing when they're recording and releasing a project every 6 months. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Take your time and really invest in your craft. But at least once a year, once every 2 years, give us something, you know what I'm saying? Inspire the world. But is it feasible? Is it worth it? Questions that need answer. Like I said, single coming Thursday. Support it, man. It's a great dance song. It's meant to make people have a good time. Put your problems, leave your worries at the door and come dance. That's all we trying to do. We trying to dance to the music like we sliding a Family Stone. Huh? That's all we trying to do. You tell me what you think of it. It will be in the world Thursday. Wrote by me and Olivia Lee, who just live. Lyrics wrote by both of us. Music produced and written by me. Drums played by Marcus Singleton. Guitar played by Miles Brandon, like I said. Or his name may be backwards. It may be Brandon Miles, but I always say Miles Brandon. Who else? Jacob Campbell did background vocals. So I think that's everybody involved on this single. I'm working on the next one. I told y'all that this one would be out before the end of July. But, it took me a while to get the cover art done. But I got the cover art done. It's cool. It represents what I was, the 70s. I want to bring that 70s, that warm vibe back. So represents that well. It'll be out Thursday. Let's go up with it, man. Take it up. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's dance tonight, man. We not worried. We not tripping about nothing, man. Stop stressing about life. I'm talking to myself. Stop stressing, man. You gotta recognize what is in front of you. Recognize it, accept it, and then how you get around it. But yeah, I may do a stream, man. I'm thinking about it, man. If I can figure out how to set it up, I want to stream the actual session. Let everybody, try to see what my thought process was, how I created the song, how I came up with some of the lyrics, how the mixing process or whatever that, you may be interested in. I'm thinking about doing that. I may do that Wednesday or Thursday if I have time and if I figure it out. Or I may do it Friday. Well, can't do it Friday. I will be out of town. But Wednesday or Thursday, I may try to do that. Another promotion thing that I want to talk about. We had the Pastors versus Musicians football game, man. We had that joint. It was very fun. It was a great turnout, like a super great turnout. I did not expect that many people to show up. Like, a lot of people, they were rude and they were talking noise, talking trash. Shout out to Miss Willis, Miss Leanne Willis, man, Kobe Willis' mama, man. She was out there rooting for the musicians, man, and her baby. She was, her baby catch the ball, she go crazy, man. Shout out to that, man. The musicians won. We won 2 games. Hopefully, y'all will see how we won this. Daniel Cooler said we cheated them, but we did not cheat them. They recruited players. They tried to steal a musician. They tried to steal him, but he played with us. Also, they recruited somebody and brought him out there, but he ended up playing on the musician side, and it just didn't go good for them. He was the lockdown weapon on one of their weapons. The next one is September 24th. Or at least that's what we're planning for. We shooting for September 24th. That's a Sunday. Same time, 6 to 8:30. I think it's going to be at the same place, which would be Tatum Park. Tatum it's a little weird what happened. I didn't like something that happened out there. They trying to. I didn't know you had to pay to use the parks, like the open parks, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so if you're interested and you want to come out there, or you're a pastor or you're a musician, come fellowship. I need to talk to the people at the Point of West, and then let's find some other churches that'll come out there and play. Yeah, man, bring your people out there. September 24th, Tatum Park, 6 to 8:30, man. We're going to be out there playing football. I did not play hard this last game because we was filming and I was recording. So I was kind of just talking noise. I didn't really get tired. Everybody else was sore. I wasn't sore. I think I had a little knee pain, but, my knee's bad because I was so short for so long. I was so short and chubby for so long, literally. Till I was like 15, 16 years old. I was so short and chubby, and then I just shot up. But the doctor had told my mama, like, this is honest to God truth, man. Honest to God truth, because my mama used to ask me why my knees was always hurt. So she took me to the doctor. The doctor said, you don't have to worry about his knees. His height is for sure going to catch up with his weight. And I'd be doggone. I started taking these knee pills, over-the-counter knee pills, too. I can't even remember what the brand was, but they were over-the-counter knee pills. And, boy, I sprouted up. And knees been bad ever since, man. Been bad ever since. But I really messed them up when I was working out hard at one time. I was jump roping, messed my right one up. But, other than that, I wasn't so like everybody else. I talk more noise than anything. Hopefully, this next time, I won't be so focused on content, but I think we filming this next one too. So I'll probably be a little focused on it too. But hopefully I won't be as focused, and we're going to go out there and show them boys what's up. I got to show them boys Big Quick Feet. They don't believe Big Quick Feet got it, man. Hey, 1-2. I'm telling you, when that 1-2 get to going, it's on, man. But yeah, September 24th. And this up in the wind. We don't know if we gonna do it for sure. I've been reaching out to people, trying to get a feel of who will play. But we looking to try to do a powder puff game too, man. We want to get the women involved, let the women play, man. It's cold women out here. I don't know who that is now. I don't know who you is, if you're cold or not. But I'm hearing it's cold women out here that will play some foosball, some two-hand touch or flag. Let me say that. We are not tackling, so don't come out here and think you're going to take your aggression from your relationship or whatever you're in and you're going to take it out on somebody. No, it's two-hand touch or flag football. But we are thinking about putting together a powder puff game. Shout out to Rob Smith. He trying to get me to be the head person of this, but this is your idea, my brother. I'm gonna let you run with it, but I would gladly help promote it and put it together with you. But yeah, powder puff game. If you're interested and you see this, please DM me. Well, no, you may be in a relationship, so don't DM me. Publicly comment on this. I don't want your boyfriend come talk crazy to me, man. I don't need none of that problem in my life. So publicly comment on this. Let me know you want to play. Or DM Rob, or publicly comment on this and tag Rob or something. Let one of us know, and we'll gladly put your name down in the hat. Yeah, powder puff football game, man. I think it'd be interesting. I'm a little worried because, tempers flaring. I don't want nobody to say nothing crazy to nobody. Hopefully y'all can prove me wrong. But yeah, that's another thing, another event we putting together, man. We trying to grow this and do this often, man. Bring the community here together, man. The local community. Bring us together, man, because we pretty much, everybody kind of know everybody or play with everybody. So there's no reason we shouldn't be doing more stuff together. But I'm gonna move on, man. And this topic, I really been like, man, this topic here is, man, I ain't even gonna stay on it long. I just want to introduce it. So, I think majority of people in the United States are Christian. I didn't do no fact checking on this. Let me Wikipedia, Google, somebody get me right real quick. Is Christianity? Hold on. Is Christianity the largest religion, the biggest religion? Ooh, I can't spell. In the United States. Well, that's all I need to see. So Christianity is probably the largest religion in the United States. But, let's preface it with this. Every religion is divided, and it's all type of stuff in every religion, right? So, these people believe one thing, these people believe another thing, but they all under the same thing, all under the same religion. Christianity is weird to me, man, because it's so divided, and it's so many difference of opinions, so many different sects within Christianity. It's so many different thought processes about stuff. It just blow my mind, man. Like, how can this one thing have so many different things, and it's all stemming from one book? Like music, jazz, let's say jazz. This is a broad example, but jazz is such a broad thing. But it's different books to learn from. It's different players to learn from. It's different. Everybody's way of thinking is not going to be the same. But the Bible is the Bible. Like, I don't get it. The Bible is the Bible, and God said what he said in the Bible. And like these people who wrote it, they wrote what they wrote. Like, no matter how you translate it, whatever, it's there. So how can so many people see it and just take what they want to take from it? That's really not the point of what I'm trying to make. Christianity is so divided. Between white and black people, it's so divided. You can come down south and you can go to 10 churches. It's probably 10 churches in the same area, probably 20 churches in the same area. And it's like Sunday sometimes is the most segregated day of the week. It's sometimes literally the most segregated day of the week. Like, the white people are going to go to their church, black people are going to go to their church. But the goal is we all supposed to be worshiping the same God. Please, side note, please don't take what I'm saying as I don't believe in God, I don't believe in Christianity. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at now in my belief. Took me a super long time. I mean, like a ridiculously long time to get to the belief I'm in, man. Like, you can't tell me that God ain't real. Unfortunately, you can't tell me that Jesus Christ ain't real. Well, not unfortunately, but you just can't tell me that. And maybe unfortunately, some people who watch this and be like, damn, man, I thought he was Muslim, or I thought he was Islam, or nah, man. You can't tell me he ain't real. So it's like, how do we get to this place of You believe one thing, I believe another thing, but it's all stemming from this. So you got this, the segregation, black people, white people, is divided in that aspect, and that's big too. But then you stem it, you go down further, and you look at it, and the black people are even more divided. I can't speak on white Christianity. I don't know about white Christianity, so I'm not gonna put myself in their business. I can only speak about the business that I see all the time. Black Christians are so divided. What made me think of this, I was scrolling in so I had to watch my niece probably last week, not last week, the week before that. My sister ended up going to the Juanita Bynum concert. I mean, not concert, conference. She actually went to the conference. She loves Juanita Bynum, loves her, watches her probably every day. Her and like this woman named Prophetess, I think it's Prophetess Jamila. Who else? I think she Apostle Rodney Beard. And then her, I don't know if it is, her pastor, I forgot her pastor name. It just left me. Empress Bolden. So that's her pastor. So that's kind of like what she under every day. She watches all this stuff every day. But she actually went to the conference. So I'm scrolling because I knew once my sister went to this conference, she wasn't going to be like texting. She wasn't going to be calling. So I didn't expect anything from that. But I'm scrolling Facebook. I see Juanita Bynum has this freaking water gun filled with oil. Filled with, and not vegetable oil, but olive oil. It's filled with olive oil, man. But in the black community, we call that thing holy oil. Holy oil. My mama kept a thing of olive oil, a little thing of olive oil in that house. My sister keep it too. I walked in my sister's house probably a month ago, and this girl trying to, she get to go. I told her, girl, if you don't get up off me, girl, I love you, but get up off me now. We ain't in church. I don't need all that right now. God. Whatever God's saying to you, he ain't said it to me. And I know I'm all right out here. But, so that going, I see this, and then I see the internet go crazy. Boom. And you automatically see the polarizing sides of belief. Todd Delaney, he says, he was actually there. He seen how powerful she is. I'm paraphrasing whatever he says. He see how powerful she is, and like people who ain't won 5 souls for God or Jesus always got the most to say about people who actually are doing that. Then you see people talking about her saying she's wrong, she does too much, she's blase. And it just creates a shitstorm of unnecessary opinions. Like, is she extra? She is absolutely extra. I'm extra. I get on here and holler and yell every doggone week. Stephen A. get on First Take and holler and yell every day. Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. You have to be extra sometimes to get your point across for people to understand what you're talking about. You have to be extra, right? That's just how life works, man. Like, I remember when I was in high school, my band director, he's Cajun, so he's like, they really like are extra, right? He was a Cajun dude. He asked me like, "Why you always talk with your hands? Why you always talk your hands?" Like, dude, that's just how it works in my community. Anyway, that was a side note. But yeah, she's extra, man. She's super extra. But most people who are like great orators and stuff like that, they are extra. Eric Thomas, go watch an Eric Thomas speech. He's very extra. Watch Deion Sanders speak. As much as I said Deion was wrong for leaving Jackson State and everything he's done, go watch Deion amp them boys up. He's extra. He dancing, he talking, he's serious, all this stuff. Who else? TD Jakes. Go watch TD Jakes. Man, that's one of the best speakers you'll ever hear in your life. Miles Monroe. He don't just speak in a monotone voice the whole time you watching him. No, these people, you have to be drawn in some type of way. They have to captivate you in some type of way. So is she extra? Yes. Is the gun extra? It's extremely extra. You don't need that to win over a soul for God. You don't need that. God already said what God needed to be said. He was already said what needed to be said. He can win them over himself, but you can win them over. You don't need no gun. But like, is the extra dumb conversations necessary about what she's doing and what she's not doing? Is she winning people? This tough. This tough. This tough what I'm about to say. This tough what I'm about to say. She may have a selfish reason when doing all this. Who knows? Nobody knows her true heart and intentions except the people who are extremely close to her. Extremely close. She may have some selfish intention. But who's to say God can't use her with this selfish intention and win souls? It's a lot of bad people out here winning souls every day, every Sunday. It's a lot of bad people. A lot of bad people, man. It's a lot of bad people that are winning souls every week. Because they're good. They're good orators. They're good talkers. They know how the mind works. Some of these prophets, apostles, preachers, pastors, they have studied the mind. So they know how the mind works. They've read stuff like 48 Laws of Power, the 5 Agreements, or the 4 Agreements. They've read all these books. They know how the mind works, man. They know how to talk to people. They know how to convince people to do whatever they need them to do. So a lot of horrible people out here who have took that stuff and used it to their advantage. But they're still winning souls with God. Who's to say God won't, if you're that soul they want, who's to say God won't use you in spite of them? We never know. So it's like at the core of everything. Like I get it, principalities and stuff like, well, they preaching about this wrong, but at the core of everything, man, long as they leading you to God, it don't matter. It shouldn't matter, bro. It shouldn't matter. Now, if they telling you do some crazy stuff with your life, they telling you do all this extra stuff, look, I understand. Now we got an argument, but if they not telling you what to do with your personal life outside of how you should live and treat people and how you should reverence God, hey, man, we at the core of it, we just need to stop all this dumbass arguing. Put yourself in the shoes. This is why I've been asking people, man. Put yourself in the shoes of somebody who, let's say, you were born in Morocco. Or no, Morocco. Say you were born in Morocco. You move here at the age of 15. You've never heard about Jesus Christ your whole life. You've never heard about Jesus Christ in the 15 years you've been living. You get over here, you get around. 15 is too young. Let me change that age. Say you 19, 20. You get over here, you get around other young adults who are following Jesus Christ. But you begin to, and now they're trying to convince you, or not, convince is a strong word. They're telling you about the gospel of Jesus Christ, man. And you see how these people who are professing to be this, how they argue with each other or other people that are also followers of Jesus Christ. You see how they argue. Would you want to join that? Literally, take yourself out of the body you've been living in. For a second, close your eyes and have a good imagination for once. Put yourself in the shoes of somebody who lived 18 to 19 to 20 years, didn't ever hear about Jesus Christ. They only heard about blase God, whatever that God is. They get around you, or I mean, you get around some people who is a follower of Jesus Christ, and you see that they argue over the dumbest thing. They treat each other so bad. They don't speak to each other. I'm bad about not speaking to people, but it's because I be nervous. Well, they see that you don't speak to each other. They see that you don't help each other out. They see that it's all these homeless people in the world, like, and it's a whole party of the United States, a whole Republican Party that like claims that they're followers of Jesus Christ and they want to live the laws of the land, need to follow the Bible. But there's so many homeless people, and they're making people keep babies from rape. Like, what are we talking about? Would you want to follow that? You would not want to follow that, man. You would not. That keep me away from that until you have your own personal experience with the God that they're telling you about. Now, when you have your own personal experience, it may change. But just off them talking to you, you wouldn't want to do that. You would not want to join that. And it kills me the fact that we don't see that. I really don't think nobody. Well, I ain't gonna say that. People may see it, but like they just don't voice it. They don't voice it like, why we like this? Why are we like this? Like you have to dress up to come to church. You have to have on the nicest clothes and to be accepted when you come and all this. Like, bro, that shit don't matter, man. Excuse me for cussing. But I don't think shit was a bad word in the Bible, but I may be wrong. I ain't the most knowledgeable about everything in the Bible. This is really just off my feelings. Because I see it all the time. I see preachers and like stuff throw shots at each other on Facebook, and it's like, dude, what are you, bro, what are we talking about? Like, y'all beefing? Pastors? Preachers? Apostles? Y'all beefing? Is it really that serious? It's not that serious, bro. Like, yo, just because he don't, why you beefing with him? I have no idea, man. I'm just confused. And then like black church musicians, biggest beef. For the last month, it's been a whole thing about transposing. Now, mind you, my opinion on transposing, I think you suck. And let me take that back. Because I know some dudes who transpose who are killers. And it blow my mind. I mean, like, they are absolute killers. But it's like, bro, so I won't say you suck, but I will say, hey, bro, take the time out and just figure out how to play in every key. It won't hurt you. You got the time. Musicians like to say we busy every day. We not busy every day. Hey, let me be the first one to say it. Musicians, we are not busy every day. I don't care how many records you cutting, what you doing. Sometimes we chilling. You riding somewhere, or you doing something, or you at home chilling. Take a little 30 minutes to figure out a key. That's all. But in transposing, it's been a big argument about transposing. Like, fam, is it that big of a deal? Is it that big of a deal in church? Is it that big of a deal? I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really care about if you transposing in church. Now, if we get to playing Autumn Leaves or Fly Me to the Moon, stuff that, I put you on the grand piano and say, let's play in C, and you like, I only play in E. I only play in A flat. It's a little weird. Now that's when it get weird, the weirdest to me. If you get on an instrument that can't transpose, and you like, I can't do it. Bro. I seen a post about bass players tuning the A and B flat and all right, bro, none of this matters, bro. Man, that's crazy I'm saying that because I'm on a podcast. This stuff needs to matter to me. I should want to talk about this, but in the grand scheme of life, that stuff don't matter, bro. It really don't matter. It really don't matter. So, and Why are we arguing about that? Why is this dividing us even more within something that's already divided? It don't matter. Don't matter. It really don't. In the grand scheme, it don't matter. Trust me. Don't trust me. Because if people saying, well, you transposing, I can't put you on no record. They weren't going to put you on the record in the first place. Or if you don't tune your bass to B flat or A, and that's a big problem, they weren't going to put you on the record in the first place. Or if you don't do such and such, or you only use minor and they want Sabian, they want if that's the big crutch or something, they weren't going to use you anyway. So it don't even matter in the grand scheme, man. I don't want to ramble on too much longer on this, but I just know that Christianity is super divided. And I'm sure every religion, Islam is super divided because you got Middle Eastern Islam, and you got Nation Islam, which is the black people in America. And then in black people, that's divided. So like you got all this stuff. Sure, it's more religions that are divided, but man, then you got different forms of Judaism. You got Reform, Orthodox. You got the different forms. So I don't want to say it like, man, Christianity is the only divided religion. No, this is the only religion. I'm a part of this religion, so it's weird to me. It's super weird. And we're all reading the same book. I may be reading an NIV, you may be reading the King James Version, or somebody may be reading the Standard Version. We all reading the same book, man. And the book pretty much say the same thing with a few different words. So how are we so divided? If we all follow this book, we'll be fine. Anyway, I got two more things I want to talk about. One of them won't be long. This one won't be long. Charleston White. Y'all niggas stop trying Charleston White, man. Y'all think this man ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all think he's so little. He handicapped. He only got one eye. He can't fight. Man, you keep trying this man you want to, man. He gonna do everything he said he gonna do to you. He said he gonna shoot you. He gonna stab you. He gonna mace you. Whatever it is he say he gonna do, you better believe him. Believe him now. Believe him. Now, y'all keep playing with the Candyman. Back in the day, they say you say Candyman 5 times in the mirror, Candyman ain't gonna appear. Keep playing with Charleston White. Why I say this, Charleston White had a boxing match scheduled. They show up for face-off. The dude pushed Charleston White. I guess he thought Charleston White was just gonna bitch up. Charleston White pull out his bear mace. This man keep bear mace with him now, not regular mace that the police spraying at clubs and stuff. He's spraying bear mace, bro. Something that's supposed to keep a bear off you, bro. A bear. A black bear, grizzly bear. I doubt it keep a grizzly bear off you. Grizzly bear wants you, grizzly bear gonna get you. Brown bear, whatever it is, whatever the bears is, man. This man keeping bear mace on him. So he sprayed the mace. Boom. Tear the man up. Somehow or another, they see each other again. Why does doggone Charleston White pull out a pig poker? Pull it out. Hit the man across the head 2 times. Pop, pop. Then pull out the knife like he gonna stab him. Camera pan to this man's head. Charleston White done gashed his whole head open. Gashed him. I'm talking about look like guts on his head. Like, y'all better stop playing with this man and believe him, man. Then I'm scrolling the internet today. Matter of fact, a few hours ago, I'm leaving the store. I'm scrolling the internet. Charleston White has somehow or another maced. They try to say it was with Sauce Walker. Shout out to Sauce Walker. That boy really be rapping. He a crazy dude, but he really be rapping, though. Sauce Walker was with Nipsey Hussle people, I guess. That's what Sauce Walker say. He said, this is he say, she say, I'm just reporting the news. Sauce Walker said he with Nipsey Hussle people and they trying to run down on Charleston White. And Charleston White done sprayed all of them. Smaced the whole clique. When will y'all learn? Stop playing with that man. That little man crazy, man. And then he telling y'all, that's what, this is the serious part about it right now. Let's get serious. He sit down on interviews and say, what I'm doing on the internet ain't real. This an act. This is an act. This ain't the real me. And you want to be thug-ass gangster niggas. You act like what he's saying is Bible law. He telling you this ain't real. This an act. He just want to get you riled up. Why are you Negroes mad at him? He telling you, bro, this ain't the real me. I'm really out here in the community working with kids. I'm trying to better kids. I will snitch on you. Now, he ain't lying about that. He telling you I will snitch on you, but it's because he worked with kids. He worked with real killers. He worked with real killers, kids that have grown up to be killers. He trying to free these people, man. Like, he really in the community. So why would you take what he's saying on the internet as gospel? It makes absolutely not 1 ounce of sense. Not 1 ounce of sense, bro. Like, stop taking Charleston White serious when it comes to that. Everything else he said, and then a lot of times he preaching a good message. A lot of times he preaching a good message, man. Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope y'all enjoying this episode. But before we keep going, I want y'all to do something for me, man. I want y'all to like, subscribe, hit the alert bell, and share. And then I want y'all to follow me on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Now let's get back to the episode, guys. Yeah, Charleston, like, look, man, y'all stop taking them serious, man. As far as the gangster talk, well, I don't know. I don't even want to say that. Like, stop letting him upset y'all to where y'all want to put y'all hands on him. Charleston, he's great, man. Like, he's great at what he does. He's figured out how to really brand what he does. He's great at that, man. He's great interview and great interview too. If I could afford to get him on here, I'd pay to get him on here. Shit. He great to talk to, especially about this next topic I'm finna talk about. He would be great to talk to about this. But y'all stop letting him upset y'all, man. Like, he telling you that it ain't real. That's the biggest catch. That he telling you this ain't real what I'm doing. So, again, Charleston White is dead serious when he say one thing he dead serious about. He gonna fucking shoot you, mace you, club you, tase you. He gonna do one of them things. If you pig poker you, he gonna do whatever he need to do if you keep playing with him. But this is the last thing I want to talk about. I went to Pedal versus Hattiesburg High School game yesterday. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I ran across the guy and like, yeah, you may need to talk about it. I'm gonna try to make it short in like 10 minutes or less. Man, I think we done lost the kids, man. And when I say we, I mean black people. I think we have lost the kids. So I went to the game. I got to the game probably right when the second quarter was starting. I stood like the corner. I'm on the away side, so on the visitor side. I stand on the corner that you can get to the stands for the visitors, and you can get to the concession stand. Standing right there. When I first got there, wasn't that many kids over there. Like, praise God, I'm be over here and I can stand comfortable. Sooner or later, swarm packed with kids over here. Dang, I can't really enjoy the game like that, but I'm gonna enjoy the game. After about 30 minutes, it get bad, man. Like, the kids out there cussing. Now, when I was 13, 14, maybe a little younger than that, 12, I never forget who caught me cussing and told my mama I was cussing. Lavette Bless her. I think she the first person that heard me cussing and called and told my mama I was cussing. Uh, I was a cussing machine at 12, 13 years old. I'm talking about bad. Cussing. Whew. We let them fly. Uh, so that don't shock me that the kids cussing. It's the aggression that the kids got, and they're like, kids got so much aggression. And then it's also what the parents are allowing kids to like wear at 12, 13 years old. I was seeing little 12, 13, man, I'm 34. I'm seeing little 12, 13-year-old girls out there. It's gonna sound very pervertish what I'm about to say I was seeing, but I'm really just observing like, yo, because my niece is 11. You see my niece, she looks like a fucking 11-year-old child. She don't look grown. Mind you, she's tall. She's a tall girl, but like her hair looks like an 11-year-old girl hair should look. She's developing. Her body is developing a little faster than it should. God damn it, I gotta get a gun. But like she looks 11. I'm seeing 12, 13-year-old girls out here in bodysuits. They may have been, let's say they was 14, 15. Still don't approve of what I'm seeing. They in bodysuits with coochie print showing. Like, I would like slam my niece. I would slam her if she walked out of her mom's apartment. Like, let's go to the game, uncle. And that's what she had on. I would slam her. Dude, you're 13. You're 14. You're 12. Who you trying to impress? Wearing this, who you trying to impress? You trying to impress a 20-year-old man? And then you lead up in some shit that you don't need to be in? Anyway, that's one thing. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing Daisy Dukes on. Bro, what's going on? Like, am I tripping? What? I feel old. I feel super old now. That's one thing. Then I'm looking at the little boys. They so aggressive. Like, everything is built on like how tough I am. Or like I remember it was about being cool, being fly. Now, our fly was different when I was in school. Like, niggas was wearing tall tees and, like, big jabots and stuff like that. But you were trying to be fly. Like, you weren't trying to be macho. When you was trying to be macho, you were playing a sport. Like, the macho dude played sports. They went out there, was macho, and then they came in and they were cool. When I was 14, 15, 16, smoking, we was doing whatever we was doing, but still, you still just trying to be cool. You ain't trying to be macho. But all these little boys out here trying to be macho, girls being fast, cussing, shaking. I seen one little girl that's shaking her butt on her friend. I said, Lord, you 16. If at the most you 16 because you're in high school, what is going on? Am I getting old? That's what I kept asking myself, am I getting old? Feel like we lost these kids, man. Then I look, I'm watching the game, because it was a good game, close game, the whole game. I turn, I see before I turn, it's like three dudes standing, if I'm right here, it's like three dudes standing right here in front of me. They look back and they say, oh, there they go with that shit again. That's the exact words. So I look to the right, I look back. Little boys done cleared the whole crowd. Poof. It was like a bomb went off. Poof. Clear the crowd. Two little boys trying to fight. I don't know who they trying to fight. You couldn't, because it's just them squared up, but ain't nobody. One of the other little boys looking at him like, what you doing, bro? For real. His hand was like, what you doing, bro? Like, what you doing? Two little boys about to bang. So I'm watching everybody running. I ain't move. I said, boy, I'm too big to be running for these because little kid about to fight now. I'm finna stand right here. I look, police come over there. Before the police get there, one of the little boys, he yelling at everybody. It's women trying to calm him down. Well, not women. Lord, that's how I know. Lord, I got it confused. It's little girls. Little girl's trying to calm him down. And he yelling, get the fuck off me. Stop touching me. What you doing? Get from around me. Blah, blah, blah. He trying to fight everybody. He just squaring up with everybody. And his friend standing with him. He about to fight. He ready to bang with whoever. Two little boys. Police come on there. Boy, look like he trying to run from the police, but you can't run now because police got you square and they got you square. They caught you dead in the middle of that. And then that happened. They take the boys outside. So I'm thinking all this done. All the aggression gone. The testosterone gone. Then I see this other little girl having a green shirt. If I see her right now, I know she had a green shirt and like mixed blonde, like brownish box braids or type thing. I see the little girl. She just looking mean. Little girl short, man. Girl can't be no taller than 5'3". If she that tall. She probably 5'1". She close to being a little person. She just looking mean mugging everybody. I'm confused. What's going on? Mind you, I'm only looking around because I don't feel safe no more. Just little kids walking. Mind you, I see one dude, he got to be grown. He walking with a hat like this. Anybody got a hat like this, I know what you'll do. You ain't got to tell me what you do. I know what you do. You'll shoot a nigga. If you will walk around somewhere like this, you big VL, whatever type of VL you is, I don't need to be around you. You got it, my brother. You got it. I don't feel safe around you, my boy. I don't feel safe. So I see him out just, man, then the little kid, if the mic is me, the little kid walking, they like this, they sandwiching me, walking by. So I don't feel comfortable. I'm just watching. And now I done locked in on this little girl. This little girl, she just going everywhere. I don't know what girl she trying to fight, because ain't no other girl looking like, none of the other girls around the little girl look like they want to fight. It's just her. But she locked in on somebody. And they trying to hold her back. Don't fight. Don't die. I said, what happened? When the world changed like this? I used to go to football games and play football at 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old. I'm playing football on the backside of the stadium. We out here hitting each other. Huh? Now they doggone fighting. What is going on? When the switch happened? And then I don't want to be that person, man. I swear I don't want to be that person to say that. But I'm going to say it, though. Cause I said it in private, so I want to say it in public. It didn't look like that on Pedal side. Huh? Them kids didn't look like they were doing all that over there. Them kids looked like they were respectful and having fun. These kids crossed over here on this side. What they got going on? I feel like we lost the kids. I don't know how we going to get them back. Reach one, teach one. But man, it's rough. It is rough. And it started with, my mama had me, she was 32. My daddy was 40. So my parents were old as jacks. A lot of these parents now, these 11 to 16-year-olds parents are probably my age. I'm 34. I'm 34, bro. Like my sister, my niece is 11, but my sister is 45. My sister had my niece very late in life. Like she had her very late in life. Like, so when you hear me talk about my niece, what you would say, well, your niece mama gotta be such a, no, my sister's pretty, she ain't old, but she up there. And she grew up with, my mom and her aren't that far. I think my mom had her when she was 21. But 21 years is still a long time apart. But like, she still grew up in like around older people, right? So she got a little sense about herself. But a lot of these kids' parents are my age. They like 14 with 34-year-old parents. Fam. My generation we failing these kids, man. We failing these kids. We are failing these kids, and we need to accept that we are failing these kids. We feeding these kids garbage music and its influence and everything. Now, mind you, when I was 16, I was listening to Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was wearing tall tees. I wore tall tees. He was wearing Jabos and Baby Nates. I was trying to wear Jabos and Baby Nates. Shout out to Baby Nates. I heard y'all getting sued by Nike. Y'all made a lot of money off that, man. Pay Nike they percentage, man. Y'all made a lot of money off of that. But anyway, I wanted to wear that. I wanted to wear the clear, I wanted to wear all that the big old hats, I wanted to wear that. I heard Gucci Man say he robbing that black tee. Till this day, baby, I still got my black tee on. Gucci say he hit licks in his black tee. All in your house searching for bricks in his black tee. Yeah. I was listening to that. I was listening to the franchise boy saying they white tee. Yep, in my white tee. Yeah. I was listening to all that. I was listening to guy that talk about all white bricks. Him and Gucci Man. I listened to all that growing up. I listened to 3 6 Mafia talking about I'm so high, all I smell I can smoke. Yeah, that motherfucking weed, yeah, that goddamn dope. I heard Project Pat say, I got cheese and a bunch of fucking dope. I grew up on all that. I heard Player Fly talking about Funky Town. I used to walk around doing this all the time. Huh? I had to walk around talking about Funky Town. If you really know what Funky Town mean that man was putting that powder on that pinky and he snowed. I'm a young nigga that excuse me, God. I'm a young man that don't know nothing about that. But I'm Funky Town. But my parents didn't let me think this stuff was law. I think we let these kids think NBA Youngboy is law. We think Lil Baby is law. We think The Baby, whatever, any of these people. And then what's so funny, the baby is my age. He like my age. Like, bro, stop trying to influence these kids, man. You an old ass dude, bro. What? No, you're not old. We not old. We in our prime. But like, stop trying to influence these kids, man. Come on, man. And we gotta, as the generation, I ain't got no child. I need to stop saying that. I don't have a biological child. That's the way I put it. Because my niece is the closest thing I got to one. And I really love my niece and I try to take care of her. And treat her, I'll try to be the father figure that she needs because her daddy ain't shit. And if you see this, my boy, I hope you know I'm talking directly to you. I would call your name out, but I ain't gonna do that. You ain't shit, my boy. You a deadbeat. You trash. At least to her. You may be good to your other kids, but to her, you trash. And she ain't asking you for shit. I love my niece. Man, I just went on a tangent. This one made me go on a tangent. She don't ask for shit from this man. She different, bro. Kids. Now, I think these kids is different because she just like recognizes like he don't want to do nothing. He don't want to respond. I won't say nothing. Anyway, that's a tangent. But yeah, I try to be the father figure for my niece. So I try to purposely look at life like she don't need to see me doing this. I don't even listen to rap music around my niece. She probably think I don't even like rap music. Because in 11 years, I can count on one hand and have fingers left over how often I listen to rap music around her. All I listen to is old music and my music or like weird, obscure music. She may listen to some Moonchild before she listen to Nicki Minaj or the Megan Thee Stallion. Not around me. My sister may play, but I don't even think my sister play because my sister be tapped in. Holy Ghost. That's what she doing all day. My sister going in all day. So I don't even think she hear from my sister. So like from us, she don't even hear that music. So, cause I'm very cognitive, like she don't need, if she hear this, she need to hear it in a setting where she don't see the ratchet shit, the dumb shit. But most of the time we around these kids and playing Sexy Red, talking about her coochie pink, her booty hole brown. And we laughing, ha ha ha, girl, look at that, look at. And then you look at your chick, you look at your little kid, your daughter, and you wonder why you laughing at her, she shaking her ass, she 10 years old, she shaking her hand, and you laughing. Boy, you better take something and hit her ass. Now, back up. I shot that. Stop. You gotta let people be free and choose them. I'll get it. You gotta let people be free and choose them. You can't force nobody to do nothing. Cause I know a lot of girls that grew up closed in shelter when we got the USM, them motherfuckers was out here going. They were out here going. One girl I'll never forget. Oh, she was so bad. This girl was so bad. She ended up being an AKA. Boy, so bad. I stayed in Roberts Hall. Anybody who know what I'm talking about, you stayed in Roberts Hall, you seen this girl get carried in a suitcase. She was bad. They carried her in the dorm in a suitcase for her to get that. Nah. And you can look at that girl and tell she didn't grow up to do. Her mama didn't raise her like that. Her daddy didn't raise her like that. If they were both in her life, they didn't raise her like that. And she bad. She probably bad till this day. I ain't seen that girl since our freshman year. Well, not whenever she crossed that year. I ain't seen her since. But it's women like that. So they grow up in good environments, sheltered environments, and they get to college bad. So you got to mix it. I don't want to say, then we letting these little boys. Mind you, I got the braids and stuff. I'm letting, all the type haircuts and hair designs, whatever you want to call it. I got it. I get it. I walk around in the thought shorts and all that stuff. I get it. I ain't trying to let my little 9-year-old son wear that. Like, no. I want him to be a little boy for as long as you can be a little boy. Like, don't think about that, man. Mind you, hormones and stuff, they raise fast. By the time I was 10, 11, 12, I was looking at all type of butt and stuff. And then the internet was just breaking out. And then this back when they used to have the cable thing with their fuzzy, the channel that was fuzzy, the green and stuff. I'm on there waiting for... I'm in the room at night waiting for something to just peek on the screen. Oh, look, they're going to titty. I'm sure my daddy would have walked in on me and beat my butt, boy. Or he may have said, that's my boy, because that's all he used to say to me. That's my boy. Yeah, that's my boy. But, hey, look, so stuff going to happen, but if the much as you can do as an adult, stop it. Don't shelter them. Don't keep them away. I can't tell nobody how to raise their kids. I can't tell you. I just know we losing them. Last night was weird to me, bro. We losing them kids, man. We losing them kids, man. I just was looking like, bro, we losing them. And then it really set in with me like, if we losing the kids, we done already lost my generation. My generation must already be gone. And it really set on me like, oh, fuck. If we gone, the kids gone, it's over with. By the time I'm 60 and them kids got to be 30 and they running the world, oh, it's a wrap, man. I don't know. It sound bad because I'm making it sound like only the Hattiesburg side was ratchet. I'm sure it was some black ratchet kids in Pedal. I'm sure. It probably was some white ratchet kids over there on the Pedal side. But you didn't see it. I don't know. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. I ain't. Been another episode of Scatterbrain and Ray Bradford podcast. Man, I love y'all. Everybody who watched the videos, man, that solo video about why I didn't release the episode, that's been one of my doggone most viewed videos, and it blew my mind because it's solo. It really gave me a lift to be like, man, people, they will watch just you. So you just got to be entertaining. I don't know if this episode is as entertaining as that one was, but appreciate y'all for watching. Anybody who liked a clip, share a clip, send the channel to somebody. Tell them to like the channel. Even if you don't want to send the videos, just send them the channel. Like, man, this dude on there talking crazy. Go watch him. I just switched the channel over to my official artist thing, too. So I think all of my songs that's been released that was on YouTube Music and they was on different channels, they may be merging on this channel. And anything going forward will be on this channel for sure. any music that I release. So, man, appreciate y'all. Like I always say, get your grandmama, your mama, your granddaddy, your daddy, your uncle, your auntie, your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter, your great granddaughter, your great grandson, your granddaughter, whoever. Find them. Your mama. Hold on, I messed that up. Hold on, not your mama. Find your lover, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your lover, who else. Find them, hug them, tell them you love them, kiss them good night. Peace out. Y'all be safe.